Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score.
Steve. Steve.
What?
You gotta take off the hoodie there.
What's wrong with my hoodie?
Doesn't look very professional. You gotta...
It doesn't look very professional?
Polo, collared shirt. Tebow looks good.
I can't come in the More Than the Score studio and do a show with a little hoodie jacket on?
No, you can't.
It's fall. It's cold.
It's management rules, Steve.
Management rules. What is happening to America? I can't come in and do a More Than the Score show wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. Is it because it's gray?
No, Steve.
All right! Take the stupid hoodie off! Just think I can do something around here? More Than the Score! God!
Thanks, Steve.
This is blue shirt, is this better?
Yeah,
Blue's
it's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
When did we become a show that didn't approve of gray hooded sweatshirts? When did that happen?
I don't know. Do you need a timeout?
Are we good?
Are you good?
We're back. All right, can we take it from the top?
All right. 3, 2.
Oh, I forgot where I left off. Anyway, we'll just jive right in. You know the story by now. You know me. I'm Steve Ortman, beloved, treasured host of More Than the Score, who should probably be allowed to wear whatever the he wants these days on More Than the Score. Anyways, that's Tim O'Neill.
Who's not throwing a tantrum?
Mm-hmm. All right, that's it. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Swerved you. Little Halloween. Halloween's on the horizon. Little trick I just pulled there. I can't wait to hand out candy.
I kind of thought you leaving would have been a treat.
Anyway, enough of this. We're going to talk about some sports here. City football, Friday night. Senior, Hempstead. Whose home field is it on?
Senior's the home team.
Senior's the home team, but whose
Senior's
home field is it on?
Both teams.
Both teams.
Both teams.
Who's on first?
Both teams?
Anyway. So big city matchup. Hempstead, kind of struggling right now, need of a big win. Senior coming off a big win. Can they keep the momentum going?
That is the question, yes. Annual battle for the A.Y. McDonald Trophy on Friday night. Hempstead will be the visitor at Dalzell Field, Senior the home team. And this is a big one for both teams. They've both had 4-game losing streaks this season. Senior ended its this past week. Hempstead's, unfortunately, is still going. They've been shut out the last 2 weeks. So the loser of this team basically will just be playing for pride the rest of the season. The playoffs will be a long shot at that point. The winner will still have a chance to play into it. So just a general overarching look at the game, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, now, we've actually got a terrific slate of ball games coming up on Friday night. We got the big city matchup between Senior and Hempstead. Then we also have a fantastic top 10 showdown between Western Dubuque traveling to Cedar Rapids to play the defending champs Xavier. And number 1, I might add, Xavier.
And the defending champion. And
I
this,
said that.
Clearly I don't listen to you.
Who does, I guess.
Exactly.
Jeez. Anyway, carry on.
Thank you. So for this one, it's basically the Class 3A District 4 championship. Both teams are undefeated in the district so far. Western Dubuque is 5-1. Cedar Rapids Xavier 6-0. And whoever wins this game has a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way. So you got to figure that the winner of this game is going to win out the rest of the way, win the district title, and take the automatic bid to the playoffs. The loser of this game is going to have to get in on wild card. Now, Western Dubuque, if they were to lose, currently they're sitting in good shape for the RPI, which is just initiated for this season. But they'll still obviously have to win out the rest of their games to stay in playoff position. However, last week, quarterback Calvin Harris broke the single-season program record for passing touchdowns. He now has 16 and is 12 away from the career record. So Bobcats are probably going to try and air it out like they've done most of this year, but they also have a good ground game. Controlling the clock will be key against, like you said, top-ranked and defending state champion Xavier.
All right, another good matchup there. And then I'll be going to Cascade for a great rivalry matchup, district matchup. Dyersville Beckman visiting Cascade Cougars. Beckman coming off a tough loss. They're marked at 3-3 now overall. Cascade's coming off a couple of wins in a row. They're 4-2. And everyone's kind of chasing Bellevue right now, undefeated, unbeaten Bellevue. And if Cascade can keep pace here, we could be looking at both teams undefeated in the district coming up in the final week of the season. So that could be a fun one. But anyways, Cascade's going to have to contend with Beckman on Friday night, and I'll be there to cover that one. So that should be a good one. Any other big games coming up that come to mind?
Actually, yeah, there's another huge one in Wisconsin. Mineral Point and Fenimore, both undefeated in the SWAL. They've kind of been cruising towards this showdown. It's week 8 in Wisconsin, so there's not a lot of time after this one. Mm-hmm. They've both already secured a trip to the postseason, but obviously that conference title is nice. So the winner of this one will remain in front and will have beaten the nearest competitors for the title. So pretty much all but lock up the title for the winner.
Yeah, so a great slate of Friday night football games, but also coming up this weekend, if I can change gears real quick, Friday and Saturday down at Brown Deer Golf Club in Coralville, the Iowa Class 4A Boys State Golf Meet. Dubuque Wahlert going back to state for a second year in a row. And this is a very senior Ladin Golden Eagles team. They made it to state last year, but as they've told me many times, they were not pleased with the fact that they finished 12th last year out of 12 teams. It's been a motivating factor for these guys all year. Senior Sam Ambrosi has been just fantastic all year for them. He finished runner-up at the district meet on Tuesday. Jack Doyle had a fantastic round. Mitch Walls, Matt Becker, just a few of the guys that have really stepped up. Ben Vossen. And these guys are ready to go and really prove themselves down the state tournament after a rough showing last year. And Western Dubuque sophomore Jack Stelzer clinched his very first trip to the state meet as well. He fired a very solid 78 at the Meadows on Tuesday in the district meet, and he's going down for the first time in his young career. So a couple things to keep an eye on at the Iowa State Golf Meet on Friday and Saturday this weekend. We'll have all this great action covered for you. Anything else to add, or?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I wasn't listening.
Just zoning out.
Yep, I'm good.
Be honest for once in your life. What were you thinking about? I believe you. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman, alongside Tim O'Neill. I'm ready to get my hoodie back on, so we'll see you next week. Oh my God.